Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome to Laurel, Montana, everyone. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get ready for today's game between Loyola and Laurel from Laurel, Montana. The boys are first. We're going to jump right into the national anthems. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll be right back after this with the lineups and the kickoff on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their one-third sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are set to go for our game between Laurel and Loyola. Boys, it's the Rams and the Locomotives, and we'll jump into our starting lineups. Loyola is the visiting team, but we're going to go ahead and start with Laurel on their starting lineups. So for Laurel, it's number 2, Matthew Mosby. Number 4, Austin Purcell. Number 7, Lane Chelgren. Number 8, Dylan Johnson. Number 9, Chris Steinmazel. Number 10, Ethan Message. Number 11, Bryce Adkins. Number 12, Ricky Temporal. Number 14, Kyle DeSmit, and 00, Cade McIlvain. Rounding it out, number 21, Jordan Rainier. Laurel's coached by Leroy Vanderpool. Assistant coach, Andrew Davis. Now for the Loyola Rams, it'll be 00's Daniel Kaleva. Number 2, Garrett Deal. Number 3, Gabe Lowe. Number 5, Austin Ogilvie. Number 6, Jack Lincoln. Number 7, Den Tunistra. Number 9, Will Burns. Number 11, Liam Lechner. Number 12, Diego Comey. Number 13, Clayton Ogilvie. And number 14, Hunter Mahan. So those are your starting lineups for both sides. George Lund is the head coach for Loyola with Eric Konzen as the assistant. Girls will be up right after this game. We'll play 90 minutes through here on the match.
Number 14, Kyle DeSmit.
As the clock rolls down and they finish out the starting lineups.
And in goal, 00, Cade McIlvain. Head coach for the Locomotives.
And we are just about ready to go. Want to send a special shout out there to Zach Tyree. He is not playing today. He is out along with Teddy hailing. Tyree is actually gone on a tryout for baseball. So he's trying out for some baseball this weekend and missing out on the game. And Teddy, he was on family vacation and missed one practice. Got to have a total of 10 practices to participate in your first game at the high school level in Montana. Doesn't matter if you're AA or Class C, whether you're playing football, basketball, cross country, you have to have 10 practices in. So those two boys are out today. Brad Harris is one of our officials. Doug Clapper, Daryl Lewis, and Lori Johnson. Those are our 4 officials for today's game. Looks like Lori Johnson is going to be a side judge for today's game. There's the music to get everything fired up. Laurel will go left to right on your dial there as we get ready to go. Loyola, they're wearing their white away jerseys. They've got the Loyola navy blue name and number on the front with a navy blue number on the back, white socks. And Mr. Kaleva wearing a bright orange and black goalie jersey. That was, when I played soccer, that was my favorite thing, was getting my goalie jersey, because I got to pick out what the goalie jersey was. And that was a lot of fun because you can get pretty creative at the goalie position and not get into too much trouble. Boys on the field for Laurel. They're wearing their black jerseys. They've got gold name and number on the back and a little gold number on the front. Jack Lincoln stands at half field. Looks like Loyola will have the first kickoff, and Lincoln will drop it back. We're underway here at Laurel between the Locomotives and the Rams. The ball is in the Loyola side of the field, pass down the far sideline. It's at the feet of Chelgren. Chelgren will take it deep in the corner, and it's kicked out of bounds. It will be a throw-in on the far corner for Loyola. It's thrown in upfield and chest bumped, far side. Trying to clear it out is Loyola, but a run made by Mosby. And it's cleared back out. Now it's taken over. Lincoln's trying to take it up at the 20-yard line. It's shot, blocked, and pushed in. Now it's on the near side, brought up by Temporal of Loyola. He's in the near corner. Turns, blocked by the stopper, pushed back out, controlled now by Message. Message trying to feed it in, and it's bottled up. Great job by Clayton Ogilvie down there, the freshman, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Lechner. Corner kick for the Locomotives, and it's in the near corner. Waiting for the young man. It's going to be Temporal to take the corner. Wall set up behind. Movement. Shot, and it's going to be over. Trying to get it in, but it's going to be cleared out. It'll roll over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick for Locomotives on the far corner. So they'll set it up on the far side. And this one's going to be cleared out, fighting for it, into the middle. Pushed, and it's going to roll over the end line. We'll have a goal kick for Locomotives in the far corner on the right side of the field. So 3 goal kicks right out of the gate. And this one's cleared out behind, and it'll be Loyola ball. Kleva puts it up to kick it out of the box. It's on its way down the far side, picked up and pushed back. Chest bump, brought out, and Comey will bring up the far sideline, and we get a whistle. This one will go against Locomotives. Ball on the far side, cleared out, up the far sideline. And it'll be across half field where the Locomotives will pick it up. It's in the feet of Rainier. It'll go back to the keeper. Keeper will keep it at the foot level. Clears it to the far side. Lincoln is there. Lincoln's going to get around, and it's pushed out of bounds. And it will be Loyola ball on the far side. So Loyola getting into the offensive side of the field for themselves for the first time on the game. Lincoln pushing up, and the sweeper will clear it out. It's upfield, bounces at half field. Clayton Ogilvie is there to defend, and it's crossed. Stopped under the feet of Comey. Comey is going to switch fields, and he's taken on from behind by Chelgren of the Locomotives. This one's kicked in, and trying to control it is Tunistra. And there's a shot wide, and it'll be a goal kick. So for the Locomotives, they've got 3 goal kicks, or 3 corner kicks. And this one's actually going to go off a Loyola player, and it'll go into the far corner. And the Locomotives will set up for the kick. It's set in, pushed across the top of the box, shot on goal, blocked, header, and it's going to get just wide. Nice job by the Locomotives, and it's cleared out, and that'll be a goal kick for Loyola. So Cleva will set it up. 35 minutes left, just the opening portion of the first half. 40-minute halves. Ball on the near side, and Cleva's going to go ahead and clear it out. It'll get upfield. Head on it by Atkins of the Locomotives. Fought for, and streaming behind it is Tunistra. Tunistra is going to push it up on the far side. It's going to go out of bounds. No, they hold on to it. Picked up by the fullback. Fullback will give it off to the center fielder, and Lincoln tries to push it forward, but it's taken away by the Locomotives defender. Now it's crossed across field, rolls to the far sideline. Cleva will pick it up in the near corner of the box, and he's got it. He'll dribble it up, and now it's going to be off his foot up to the center field. It'll bounce at center field. Lincoln will put a head on it to push it forward. Stopped. Lincoln will get it by the defender. He's up the far sideline, battling on the shoulder of Johnson. It's Lincoln and Johnson up the far sidelines, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Rams on the far sideline. Here's the throw in to Lincoln. Lincoln will give it into the middle of the field. And deal. It's pushed back. Controlled by Comey. Comey up on the far sideline. And we're going to get a flag, offsides, on Loyola. Locomotives will push it up on the far sideline into the far corner on the Loyola side of the ball. Taken away. Fed upfield to the midi. Turns. That's Deal. Deal's going to give it upfield in the feet of Will Burns. Burns will fight it upfield. Kicks it up. Clears it. Chasing it down and out of bounds is Mahan. So Loyola boys coming off of a 1-1 draw against Billings Central last night. And that is a big win. These guys were young last year, Loyola was, but they've had some time to develop. Controlled by the Locomotives. They're going to switch fields at midfield. Fed up, and Lincoln's going to take it away. Nice crossover by Lincoln, and controlled by Lowe. Lowe has it taken away by Atkins. Atkins up the field, and Cleva will come out, and he'll hold it in his hands as Mosby rushes on. Here's the boot up the far sideline. And it's going to bounce and be in the possession of the Locomotives. Good defense by Mahan on the far side. It's out of bounds, and it will go to Laurel. Throw in down the far sideline. A head on it by Loyola. Fighting for it is Tunistra, and it'll be pushed upfield. Now controlled by Comey. Laurel will take it away, streaming up the far sideline. On the end line, far side of the box. Stops, controls, shot on goal, rolled in, and it's going to go in. Loyola will strike blood first. Or Locomotives will strike blood first. So the Locomotives put one on the board as our P announcer gets Soccer Wild on the horn. Soccer fans are crazy, folks. You got to be special to be a soccer fan, and that we are. So we're at midfield, controlled by Loyola on the far side. It's booted up field by Lechner at half field, and we get a whistle. It's going to be Loyola ball. Didn't see who the goal came from. And Message is the one with the score at 32 minutes. Locomotives have it on the near side on the throw-in. They're going to go to the fullback. And it's booted upfield. Comey will try to get control. Kicked upfield. Control by Shelgren. Shelgren's going to keep on it. He's going to have it booted off the leg. He's going to drive it in to the top corner of the far side of the box. He's at the 18. Comey sticks a foot in there to take it away. And Temporal fighting over there. He's across the top of the box. He'll stop at the top of the box. Now it's Shelgren. Shelgren turns. Gives it off to Mosby. Mosby at the top of the box. A shot's going to be cracked on, but it's going to be blocked. No whistle as both boys go to the ground. And this one will be gathered up by Kaleva. Booted out, cleared. Now in the possession of Austin Ogilvy. Ogilvy tries to clear it upfield, and it's going to be booted back down. Lechner will get it to Kaleva. Kaleva will boot it straight up in the air. And Tunistra now controls on the far side. Holding on to it is Temporal. Locomotives 1, Loyola 0. Here's the feed, near side. It's Temporal to control. And it'll roll out on the inside of the flag, so we will have a corner kick for the Locomotives. That'll be the 5th corner kick today. 29-29 left in the first half. Clock rolls in soccer. This one's going to be kicked by Temporal. He's got the ball in the middle of the arc. Here's the kick, right-footed. It's going to be just a little feed out to Stensmil. And that one's booted back out. We'll have a corner kick once again. It will be Temporal once again. He'll set it up in the same spot. They went with a short boot, so this time Loyola brings out the defender over the top of Steinmazel. This one's going to be booted into the box, cleared out. Lechner is there. He's going to fight it away. Numbers on Loyola's side. Lechner pushes it up. Lincoln is by himself at the top at half field. This one's pushed up. Now Mahan. Mahan up on the far sideline. He crosses half field. Picks up a double. It's going to be taken away and held inside. Lincoln now with it in possession on the far side. Gives it off to Lechner. Lechner has it taken away. And now Shelgren will bring it up. Lechner and Shelgren will meet at half field. We get a whistle. And that'll be a kick. Liam Lechner. One of the top defenders from Loyola last year. Also a Ram basketball player. Enjoy watching the young man play. This one's going to be flicked in off the head at the top of the box. And the shot on goal will go in. And at the 27-minute mark, Locomotives take a 2-0 lead over Loyola. As we get cranked up. And Locomotives are going to sub out. Number 4, Austin Purcell, on the sub out. And I believe Judah Kellogg will come in. Kellogg was scheduled to start, but missed the alarm this morning, so didn't get the start. There's the whistle to start the half. Pushed up field, shot on goal. Kaleva will keep it in front of him, and that is Atkins with the shot. And Kaleva will clear it out off the boot. It's going to be a high one. Clears up to the 40-yard mark. Laurel's soccer field is on the football field. They're actually going to have a game against the football program. We'll have a game against Fergus tonight. That is Lewistown. So they're getting preparations for the football game as well as these soccer games are going on. Ball on the far side. Lechner will clear it upfield. It'll be taken over by Laurel, and now under the feet of Mahan. Cleared upfield, half field. Switching fields is the Locomotives. Fighting for it is Gabe Lowe. Taken away and controlled by Atkins, Bryce Atkins. Atkins will give it off on the far side, flicks it forward. Lechner sticks a foot in there, controlled. Now at the feet of Temporal. Temporal tries to get it in to Shelgren. Shelgren is a big young man, 6'2". There's the pass to the top of the key, and Loyola will flick it away. Now the turn and the shot. This one will be by Temporal. Laurel with 7 shots on the game so far with 2 goals. This one's cleared up to the far side. It's at half field, dropped back at the feet of Dylan Johnson. Johnson's going to go ahead and roll it back to the Laurel keeper. Switching fields to the near side and in control of Steinmazel. Steinmazel comes to the near side, flicked forward, and running hard on it is Shelgren. Shelgren will be taken over by Clayton Ogilvy. Ogilvy, little fancy footwork. He's trapped in the near corner, and there's a nice little flick around. It's going to roll out of bounds. He had the back-footed twist on the flick. Nice job to get around Shelgren. And it'll be a throw-in for Laurel at about the 10-yard line on the football field. The goals are at the back end line on the end zone. This one's flicked forward, controlled at the top by Dylan Johnson. He'll switch fields to the far side. Coming up on it is Deal. Deal will flick it forward, and Jordan Reiner will control it. Now it's Burns. Burns up to Lincoln, back up to Burns. Burns will run the far sidelines. It's up inside the 18. Burns controlling on the far side at the top of the box. He'll get it up to Lincoln. Lincoln won't be able to control, and the Locomotives will take over. It's upfield now. Numbers in favor of the Locomotives. Switching fields ahead. It's Atkins, and Kalava will come out of the box and block the flick over his head. And we get bodies on top of each other, a whistle, and this one is going to go against Locomotives. And they're going to bring over, are they going to give a yellow card? Our referee's reaching into his pocket, and there's the yellow card. So Temporal has had a yellow at the 24-minute. 24-12. Ricky Temporal will pick up the first yellow card of the game. And they're going to walk him to the sideline, and This one's going to be kicked ahead by Lechner. Fed up. Lincoln has it on the near side of the box at about 15 yards. Flick to the top, controlled. Now Low on the near side. He's got some, and we get a whistle now. Gameplay going on with the officials at the sideline, the middle of the field official at the sideline, and it looks like they're going to have a re-kick because the officials are going over what's going on with the yellow card. So the play that just happened, well, that was just for fun, folks. And Loyola's going to sub in. Can't see the numbers. I need to get some binoculars for when I'm up so high. Nice facility here in Laurel. Been here once for football. This one's up ahead to Lechner. Controlled by the Locomotives. Flicked up to Shelgren. Shelgren will have it taken away by Clayton Ogilvie, and it's flicked out of bounds, and Loyola will have a throw-in at about the 20-yard line. And Clayton Ogilvie will do the throw-in. His brother Austin Ogilvie, we've called him a little bit. He's also the kicker for the Loyola Rams football program. We were in Bozeman at Bobcat Stadium last night, where the Loyola Rams pick up their first win of the season against a very good Huntley Project team, as this one crosses half field and will die out, rolling over at about the 35-yard line on the Loyola side of the field. But Ogilvie last night had a good game. He also plays a little corner and safety defensive back for the Loyola Rams football program. Love to see the boys doing the dual sports. So Clayton Ogilvie will bring it up. He'll have the throw in at about the 32-yard line on the markers on the football field. Here's the throw. And rushing ahead and getting ahead on it is Message. Message is going to push it upfield. There's Lechner kicked out of bounds, and Laurel will have a throw-in about 10 yards up from the corner flag on the near side. Girls will be up after this one, folks. They've got a great squad once again this year. Graduated some tough seniors, but, you know, in high school sports, it's all about the next person up and those younger players getting some experience. Here's the throw-in to the middle of the box, and this one's going to be flicked out. Controlled, centered, it's Burns. Burns is up, and it's going to be taken away by Steinmazel, and Steinmazel will hop it in, and Calavo will have an easy pickoff. He's going to put it on the boot. It's high, down the far sideline, and stepping up and putting a head on it is Temporal. Temporal will get it flicked back up, fighting for it. It's Mosby and Comey inside the box, shot, and Calavo will put it down. Calavo now stands at the edge of the box on the far corner. He's going to put it on the boot. It's high, and it's going to come down at about midfield. Laurel tries to put a foot on it. It's out of bounds, and Loyola will have it with a throw-in on the far sideline. Laurel has their bench on the right side of half field on the far sideline. This one's going to be thrown in, controlled on the far side by Burns. Burns is going to turn, gets it between the legs of the defender, up to Deal. Deal will flick it ahead, and now Burns on the run on the far sideline. Burns will push it up, now tries to center it. It's going to go off of the Locomotive defender, and it will be a Locomotive ball, as they say it was off of Burns. Throw in, far side at the top of the box. 21 minutes left in the first half. Locomotives with a 2-0 lead over Loyola on the Tip and Coburn and Associates scoreboard. Lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959, Tip and Coburn and Associates. The throw-in will be possessed by the Rams and taken away by the Locomotives at half field. Lechner is going to chase it down in a foot race against Atkins. Atkins will have control. Now it's taken away by Clayton Ogilvie. He'll stop, turns, and centers it upfield at the feet of Austin Ogilvie. Flicked up, fighting for it is Ogilvie. And now it's up ahead to Lincoln. Lincoln's going to give it to the far sideline. Controls it in the middle now. Now down the side, and a foot flicked in by Dylan Johnson. Johnson will go to the ground, and they had both Johnson and Lincoln wrapped up on the shins, and Johnson will get up now. And it's going to be, I believe, locomotive ball as Johnson readjusts his shin pads. No, they're going to sub him out. They bring a new young man in. As soon as he turns around, I'll let you know who it is. There we go, and it's Austin Purcell back in for the Locomotives. 19-19. Left in the first half. Here's the throw in from half field. It's got a nice throw down the sidelines. It's going to come down at about the 25. Flicked ahead, and Lechner will turn it. This one's going to be pooched into the box. Lechner is there, and he's going to bring it up to the near sideline. And we get a whistle. This one's going to go against the Locomotives. Lechner will have a free kick on the far side, in front, about 2 yards in front of the box on the near side. Here's Lechner with approach. It's underfoot, upfield, and a head on it, flicked out of bounds, and that is Chris Steinmazel. And Lincoln was going to throw in, but Clayton Ogilvie will come up and do the duty. He's going to throw it in right across from us here on the near side at the 40-yard line. And it's just a little one, controlled by Lowe. Lowe trying to switch fields, gets it to Lechner. Lechner's covered up by 2, and it's taken away. Fed in to the middle of the field, controlled by Kyle DeSmit. DeSmit and Tunistra will tangle up. The ball will roll out of bounds, and it's going to be Loyola ball on the far side on a throw-in front of their own bench. 17:47 left in the first half. Burns will control, brings it to the midfield. Flicks it ahead, and taken away by the Locomotives. It's Purcell. Purcell with the push up the far sideline. He's picked up very quickly by Comey. Comey has it taken away, or Comey takes it away. It's fed up to Lincoln. Lincoln on the run. Keeper is out. He flicks it right into the hands of the keeper, and Loyola will have their first shot of the game. Locomotives now with control on the near sideline. It's at the feet of Chelgren. Chelgren will center it. And now fighting for it is Osler of the Locomotives. That's Garrett Osler. And Loyola will keep it. Put up field. Midfield, booted ahead. Comes down the near sideline. Trying to chase it down is Loyola, but it's going to be out of bounds. Laurel ball. Gabe Lowe trying to chase it down. He's a 5'10 junior. And our throw-in will come from Purcell. Purcell's going to give it right to Steinmazel. Steinmazel up the near sideline. It'll bounce out and be Loyola ball. Clayton Ogilvie will take the throw-in. And Lincoln and the official having a little conversation before the throw-in. Lechner comes up from the defensive side to kind of cool things off. Throw-in, controlled by Loyola, at the feet of Deal. Deal flicks it ahead, centered, and taken over by Mosby. Mosby at the center of the field. He'll feed it ahead. Calavo will come and let it roll. He'll pick it up 5 yards deep in the box and controls. 15:50 left in the first half. Here's the kick to the near side. Controlled by Laurel at the feet of Message. Message now flicks it up, and Calavo will pick it up. Here's the kick ahead, and coming in is Jordan Reiner. And Calavo will pick it up as Reiner came rushing in front of Lincoln and put a boot on it to have it roll up into the box. Here's Calavo again, now down the far sideline. High bounce. Down the far sideline. is Laurel in front of the flag. Stop. That's DeSmit. DeSmit trying to put one on, and this one's going to roll out of bounds. And we'll have a goal kick on the far side. A corner kick, I apologize, on the far side by Laurel, and it will be Temporal to take the kick. 14:30 left in the half. Corner on its way. It's going to go to the middle of the box, and Calavo will get up for it. It bounces around, and he'll come down with it. Nice job by the junior. He's going to run out. He's going to give it a toss upfield. Lincoln will pick it up at midfield. Gets it by the defender. Loyola on the run. Laurel has the defenders. It's cleared out. Rolls out of bounds on the far side at about the 22-yard line, and Loyola will have the ball back. And they've got to chase it down past the track. This is where the Class C track state tournament was moved to in the spring, as the Big Sky, or the Missoula County Public Schools field, was not ready. Lincoln has it now. He'll flick it to himself, turns, two defenders, gets around both defenders, goes to the ground. It's cleared out by Laurel. We get a whistle, and this is going to be against Laurel. And they're going to set the ball up about 8 yards outside of the box on the far side. And it looks like Deal is going to take the kick. Wall set up by the Locomotives. Laurel goes into motion as we wait for the whistle now. Now we'll go into motion. The ball is sent in and controlled on the near corner of the box. Flicked out by the Locomotives. Lechner will put a head on it to center it, and the keeper will have to come up and pick it up on the roll. So Loyola will have their second shot of the game. And they'll control it. Locomotives fighting hard, and now they'll take it away. Now it's back in the possession of Loyola with Tunistra. Tunistra streaking down the far sideline, and he can't keep up with the ball. It'll roll out of bounds. Loyola ball with 12, or Loyola ball. Laurel ball. It's tough, folks. Loyola and Laurel. 12:03 left in the first half. And it looks like more Loyola fans making their way in. Good group of fans for both sides. Plus the girls for Loyola, the Breakers, sitting down amongst the Loyola faithful. Controlled by Tunistra. He'll feed it up. Lincoln tries to get it cleared out, but blocked by the defender. And Clayton Ogilvie will put a head on it to flick it back into Loyola, or Laurel territory. Flicked backwards by Austin Ogilvie, and it's booted ahead. Calavo will come up, and he'll put a foot on it to put it back up at half field on the near side. Fighting for it, controlling it, is Steinmazel upfield. Now in the possession of Shelgren on the near side. He's going to run it in. He's streaked by Clayton Ogilvie. The ball is flicked out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick on the near corner. And it will be Shelgren to take the corner. No, actually, they're going to pull him off. Oh, they're waiting for a ball. I see. A couple of young men behind the goal on the western side. The field sits east to west here. And it looks like the Locomotives are going to sub out 3. So fresh legs on the field before the corner for the Locomotives, and Loyola will bring one in as well. Looks like Mahan back on the field for Loyola. Clock ticking away, and a reset. Lincoln is the only Loyola player up at half field. This one's across the box, controlled by Temporal. Temporal tries to send it back in, and Calavo will have the save. So 9 shots on goal for the Locomotives now, with 8 corner kicks and 2 goals. Throw in, defended by Loyola. It's flicked ahead now. Chasing it down is Diego Comey. Comey will flick it out to the out of bounds. It'll roll past Tunista, and Laurel will have a throw in on the far side. Locomotives and Rams. Breakers will take on the Lady Locomotives right after this game is up. 9 minutes left in the half. 40-minute halves. This one's going to be controlled by Clayton as he gets it out on the throw-in. Now it's Lechner. Flicks it up. Trying to chase it down is Seth Lowe. And it's out of bounds off a Lowe. Throw in very quickly by Steinmazel. And Shelgren will flick it back now. Fighting for it is Loyola. And that's Seth Lowe that came in, not Mahan. This one's cleared. Switching fields is Laurel. And the Locomotives will switch fields once again. On the run by himself is Shelgren. He'll have it flicked around. And we had offsides right in front of the goal. So Loyola able to sweat one out with an offsides call 1 yard in front of the goal. Calavo will kick it out now. And controlled by Laurel at the top of the box. They'll back it off. Comes to the near side at the feet of Message. Message will cross over on Seth Lowe. It's flicked in, and Calava will pick it up. Bryce Adkins was on the run. This one's kicked up to midfield. Lincoln puts a foot on it, flicks it forward. He'll flick it to himself with a shoulder. Now he's pushed forward. He's got to run. One defender. Defender will catch up with him, gets him off his stride, and it's booted away. Lincoln's going to come up and fight for it. Shoulder jarring, and that's number 21, Jordan Reiner, and Lincoln, and we get a whistle. This one's going to go against Lincoln. A lot of shoulder bumping there. Our officials letting it go. And the free kick is up between the legs, and running on it is Shelgren. Shelgren will come up and goes down as Calava will pick it up. Here's the boot from Calava from the edge of the box. It's going to come up to midfield. Lincoln will put a head on it, flicks it forward. Picked up, booted by Austin Ogilvie. Ogilvie and Lincoln, and now it's cleared out by the Locomotives. At the feet of Message, and he'll come in, puts a shoulder on Lechner. Lechner goes down, and we'll have a free kick, or are they going to have a throw in from the near sideline? Looks like Lowe is on his way out. Seth Lowe. So we've got Seth Lowe and Gabe Lowe, both of them juniors. Seth is number 1, and Gabe is number 3. And it looks like we're going to have a throw in. It'll be Clayton Ogilvie. And coming in is Tanner Carlson. And Carlson will take over on the throw in. Here's a throw in. It'll come to Lechner, near side. He'll let it roll, bounce, met by a defender. Flicked up field at the feet of Austin Ogilvie. He'll clear it up. Now it's Clayton Ogilvie up the near sideline. He's got one defender, and that's Rayner. Rayner and Clayton now flicked out at the top, and we get a whistle. Number 16, Cade McIlvain, big defender for the Locomotives, and he'll take a couple off the shins as Clayton Ogilvie tries to make the shot from the corner of the box. Got to take your chances when you can. So Lincoln will have a free kick at the corner of the box, 1 yard out. And he's going to send it in on the far side, a header, and it's picked up by the keeper. And cleared out to midfield. It's Atkins down the far sideline for Locomotives and Tunistra of Loyola, and it's out on the far side. Looks like the girls for Laurel are on the soccer field across from us, getting ready for the game later on. 4:30 left in the half, not including any stoppage time. They'll have the clock stop at 2 minutes and we'll roll. I know I've got my clock opposite of what they normally do. I space that out, that they run the clocks different than they do in FIFA. So I'll make that adjustment at halftime and we'll have the proper countdown on the clock. Here's the throw in at the box, controlled, tried to flick it backwards and ahead for Temporal. Fighting for it, and it's off the feet of Temporal as he goes out of bounds, and Loyola will have a goal kick. Here's the kick up the near sidelines and picked up very quickly on the foot of Shelgren. He'll center it up and met by 3 Loyal defenders back into the center of the field, fighting for it. That's Austin Ogilvie. Now it's flicked back into the Laurel side of the field, now upfield, fighting for it. Great job by Tunistra, the defender. He is everywhere. This one's got a back toe kick, and Lincoln will take over at midfield. He'll give it up to Burns. Burns will spin, turns, and goes to the far side of Tunistra. Tunistra will fight for it. Off the foot of Mosby, out of bounds, and it will be Loyola ball with 3 minutes left. Fighting for it. Cleared to the near side, taken over by Shelgren. He'll have a run down the near sideline, but it's Lechner. Lechner is there, tries to get a foot on it, and it's flicked out of bounds. This will be a corner kick. For the Locomotives in the near corner. Locomotives going left to right. They have the ball. Here's the kick, centered in by Shelgren. A head on it by Deal, and it's cleared out. Upfield, Lincoln now. He's got 2 defenders and 3 Loyola. It's Clayton Ogilvie now on the near side. Locomotives get back. There's a nice crossover by Clayton Ogilvie. He'll run at the top of the box. He's going to take a shot. It's going to be off the shins of the defender and cleared out to the far side. It's going to bounce down the sideline, and Tunistra will pick it up. We're at the 2 minutes now where the clock will hold. I know our clock is running, but we'll leave it running. And out of bounds on the far side, Locomotives ball in front of the Loyola bench. So in the 2 minute time, and the Locomotives will sub, and they're ready for the throw in on the far side now. Thrown in down the sideline, controlled and flicked in, pushed upfield by the Locomotives. Crossover, Burns is there, centered, now back down the far side, flicked into the middle, and it's pushed ahead. Lechner will get a foot on it, and he's going to clear it out, and that will fall on the inside of the flag. And we'll have the 10th corner kick for the Locomotives today. Waiting for a ball to set up. On the far side. And they're getting the young men on the field that have the soccer or behind the net to chase down the balls. Got a couple of young people on either end behind the nets to snag balls for those that go behind the goal. And we're now set up with the corner kick on the far side. Looks like Temporal will take it, and it's going to be in. Kalava will knock it out. We'll have a corner kick. Nice job by Daniel. And this one's going to be just a light flick into the top of the box. And the turn, and Lincoln is there. He's going to have it pushed out. Controlled now by Temporal. We get a whistle, and this is going to go take us to halftime. So that's the half, folks. Locomotives earn 2 goals to take the lead on the game. We'll be back right after this with some halftime on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we're at halftime between the Laurel Locomotives and the Loyola Rams. Game 1. Game 2 will come up after this one with the girls. The Breakers taking on the Locomotives, and the Breakers down. They've gone off to the side of the field so they can warm up and practice, and the Lady Locomotives over practicing on the soccer field as well. We'll be right back after this 3-minute timeout, and we'll go over the first half. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton in Laurel, Montana for the Loyola Rams and Breakers soccer versus the Laurel Locomotives. And game one with the boys, we've got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first, or at halftime. And the Locomotives lead the Rams 2-0. Last night we had Ram football as the Loyola Rams took on Huntley Project in Bozeman at Bobcat Stadium. What a fun event that is. You know, I love doing high school sports. I love our high school kids, but it's an extreme honor to be able to come to a college facility and be able to call a game from one of those fancy press boxes. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, even though I'm a Grizz, I bleed the maroon and silver. The Bobcats have a nice facility over there at Bobcat Stadium, as much as I don't like to admit it, but hey, that's just the Grizz fan coming out in me. We've got a good one here between the Locomotives and Loyola Rams. And folks, don't let the score scare you away. Yes, it is 2-0, and for soccer, that is a sizable lead. In the first half, though, it was all Locomotives. Towards the end of the half, it went more in the favor of Loyola as they were getting some shots on goal. So in the first half, Locomotives, they would have a total of 11 corner kicks, 9 shots on goal to earn themselves their 2 goals. Their goals would come off of, the first one would come at the 32 minute by Chris Steinmazel, and then at the 27 minute, Lane Shelgren picked up the second goal for him. We do have one yellow card. Ricky Temporal has picked up a yellow card at the 24th minute for the Locomotives. For the Rams, well, they would have 5 shots on goal, 3 of those by Jack Lincoln. 2 of them would come off the foot of Clayton Ogilvie, the younger of the Ogilvies, as we are just about 2 minutes out from the start of the half. Kids are just coming out on the field right now. No corner kicks and no goals earned. Clean play course, Jack Lincoln had a little conversation with the official at one point in the Locomotives end of the field. And that's the thing I like about Jack Lincoln, is he plays with emotion. When you have a young man that has that emotion, it mimics what guys like LeBron James and Tom Brady is, and those guys. They have so much heart, so much love for what's going on, and they pour everything into the game. And it's pure emotion with Jack Lincoln. That's what I love about it. Him on the basketball court, he's so much fun to watch on the basketball court because he has so much emotion. So don't let that fool you, folks. It is pure emotion. He's playing for the love of the game, the love of his teammates, and he just wants to win. There's no dirtiness there. He's just trying to get the best he can out of everybody around him, and that's what you want for some of your athletes. Is your top athletes, they're going to bring up the best in every athlete, and they're going to work hard to do that. And Jack Lincoln is one of those types of individuals that works so hard to do it. So our officials coming out on the field. Loyola, they've got the eastern side. They've got the eastern side of the field as their sideline. The field here at the Laurel High School sits east to west. Nice big LHS in the middle of the field. Good track around it. Love to see these schools get the recognition and the help and financial support they deserve, and the athletic programs deserve it just as much as the educational. And yes, folks, they are students before they are athletes, and I always emphasize that. But it's kind of hard to keep interest of the young people when everything's not kept up. So nice facility here in Laurel, just about ready to go. The Locomotives are now out on the field, and the smoke has moved in, folks. We had kind of an opening here. Of course, it does look like the trees are blowing, and we have a breeze that's coming in from the west, right to left on our dial here. And since we've been here this morning, it has socked in with the smoke. I keep telling myself 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. Usually the middle of September is when we get the cooler temperatures and the help from Mother Nature on the fires. And that fire up at Glacier right now is just devastating. Plus we've got fire smoke coming in from surrounding states and Canada. Just that time of year. Talking to one of the parents before the game, said, we're kind of lucky this year because our boys got to practice outside all the time beginning of the year. Last year, they did not practice outside until after the first soccer game. So the Locomotives will have the ball to start the second half. They will go right to left, west to east, if you will. And we've got the whistle. This is going to be booted back and controlled by Message. Message will kick it back to the keeper. And he's going to control it at his feet. Now he'll come back to Message on the near side. Loyola will come up to challenge, and it's going to be booted away. Nice job by Hunter Mahan. Mahan fights for it. Fed up, and now it's flicked forward. And Message up the far side, up the near sideline. Taken away by Tunistra. Tunistra will flick it up to Lincoln. Lincoln puts a foot on it, but does not have control, and Laurel will take over. Flicked ahead. And at the feet of Lechner. Lechner will go to the far side. The pass is taken away. And streaming down the far sideline in control is Shelgren. Shelgren will go into the far corner, and Lechner will kick it. And that will be set up for the first corner kick of the first half. And they'll have to chase this one down deep on the far sideline. And we fix the clock for you folks so that we're running on the same as what they're officially doing here. So the corner set up on the far side. It's underfoot, booted. It's going to come to the middle of the box and cleared out by a Ram defender. Controlled by the Locomotives, and Cavella will come down with it, and he's going to actually, he came down inside, in bounds. Looks like he had his toes out of bounds, but he's going to run up to the edge of the box, and it looks like he's going to give us a pass. Nope, he's going to roll it out. And trying to gain control. Locomotives will take a shot. Cavella will fall, and it's going to be a corner kick. About 6 yards out of the box. Smart play by the Locomotives with Cavella out of the goal to go ahead and take a shot, but he had a good move. Now the corner set up on the far side and brought in. Controlled. Back to the corner. Under the feet of Shelgren. He's going to go ahead and send it in, and Lechner will get a head on it. It's flicked out of bounds on the far side, and the throw-in will be by Chris Steinmazel. He's going to go ahead and throw it into the box. Nice job by the defender, Tanner Carlson, to put a shoulder on it and to flick it out. Now it's controlled. Running up the far side is Clayton Ogilvie. Lincoln streaming up the middle of the field. Ogilvie will stop at half field. Now it's flicked ahead. Lincoln controlling. Turns. Tries to get it up to his midfielder, Austin Ogilvie. Austin will take it away from the defender. Crosses over. Great move. He's going to flick it ahead, and the defender, Jordan Rainier, will control it. Locomotives now. Flick to the middle of the field, and this time it's controlled once again. Lincoln will chase down the defender, and it's dropped back to the keeper. Keeper will switch fields, and he's actually going to kick it out of bounds on the near side. Rams will have possession on the near sideline. Loyola looking to get into it here. They're down 2-0. Had a good one against Billings Central yesterday, a 1-1 draw. This one's thrown in. And Austin Ogilvie trying to flick it ahead, but Locomotives will control. As they kick it forward, Bryce Adkins will control. He's going to bring it up the middle of the field. Flicked ahead. One defender, and Calavo will come out and boot it up to half field to get it out. Now it's Burns. Burns up the near sideline. Flicks it over the head of the defender. Rolls out of bounds. And it'll be a Locomotive ball on the near side. So they've got to chase it down out of the corner here. And it'll be brought in now as Steinmazel will throw it in on the near side. And it's going to be off of the Loyola defender, so they'll throw it in once again. This time it's upfield and controlled by Tunistra. Tunistra will flick it back upfield, and it'll be out of bounds, and Laurel will have the throw in once again. This time it'll be Message to throw in. And he's got to chase that one down. Once it gets on this track, folks, that soccer ball is gone. As Message dribbles it in. And he'll now have the throw in just about 5 yards deep on the... Nope, they're going to bring him up to midfield. He'll drop it back at the feet of Johnson, Dylan Johnson. Now back to Message. Message centers it. In control by DeSmit. DeSmit now has it taken away. Lincoln gets a toe on it to flick it forward. Lincoln on the run. Defender is there, and they get tied up. We get a whistle, and this is going to go against Jack Lincoln, as both boys' feet were caught up on the run. The official looks to Lincoln and checks to make sure he's okay. Tough young man. As our keeper will give us the kick from inside the box. And at midfield, Mahan has a foot on it. He's defended by Message. Message gets a foot on it. Controlled now by DeSmit. DeSmit crosses over on Tunistra, centers it in the middle of the field, and Burns gets a foot on it. Now a hand or a foot on it is Comey. Comey has it taken away, and Tunistra will chase it down into the near corner. Kicked ahead and controlled by Message. Right to left. This one's going to be shot in there, but it's not a shot. It's sent in. And Calavo will go to a knee to pick it up. And he'll have a good boot. This one's going to have some run on it as Lincoln will chase it down. Rainier will put a head on it, and he'll clear it up the far sideline out of bounds at half field. Ram ball. 33-15 left in the game. Locomotives 2, Rams 0. Controlled now, far side. Drop back. Crossed over. Tried to feed it into Burns, but Locomotives will take over it. They're going to go ahead and drop it back and switch fields. They bring it back to the keeper. And the keeper, Cade McIlvain, 00, will clear it out. Loyola with control, turns midfield. They need to switch fields as there's a lot of bodies on the far side, and it's taken away at the feet of Bryce Atkins. Atkins up the far sidelines, and that's Lechner. Lechner will control. Out of bounds, and the Rams will have a throw-in on the far side right at the corner of the box. Defensive side for Loyola. So 1 shot and 2 corner kicks for the Locomotives here in the second half. The throw-in. Burns tries to control, but it's taken away. And defender wanting to switch fields, but that is not Temporal's idea. He'll give it up to Atkins on the far side. A lot of bodies on the far side there. If Locomotives or Laurel or Rams are able to switch fields, as Lincoln has it taken away and it's upfield, Clayton Ogilvie can't get to it and it's out of bounds. It'll be Locomotive throw-in on the far side. Today's scoreboard sponsored by Tip Coburn and Associates. Lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959. There's the throw in, and Lincoln will get a foot on it. Locomotives booted ahead. And it's Mosby and Deal fighting for it on the far side, out of bounds, and Rams will have possession. Throw in will be Tanner Carlson. He'll have a good throw in, and it's shouldered out of bounds by the defender for the Locomotives. Carlson will throw it in again. This time flicked ahead, and Lincoln will try to get to it. 3 defenders there as it's flicked forward. Now at the feet of the Rams. Nice job by Deal to cross over. Gets it out to the far side. And switching fields, or actually centering it to Lincoln. It's taken away by the defender for the Locomotives. And Deal will come up and get it off the foot of the defender. And Lincoln now. Lincoln on the near sideline. He is streaked by Message. Message in control now in the corner. It'll roll out of bounds, and we'll have a goal kick for the Locomotives with 30 minutes left in the game. So Steinmazel and Shelgren with the 2 goals on today for the Locomotives. And here's the kick. Comes to the near side of the box, and it'll be brought up field. Flicked back in and controlled now by Mosby. Mosby fighting through 2 defenders, and here comes Garrett Deal for the Rams. He'll get it to the center of the field, and we get a whistle as he's brought down from behind by Dylan Johnson, and our official will bring him to the side and give him a quick word. I love it when the officials take a moment with the players. Doesn't matter what sport it is, but you know, the officiating, you don't have to be a big old official. You can go ahead and make it a teaching moment for these kids and help them out in future instances. Lechner will have this one in off the chest, and Burns controls in the middle of the field. It's flicked back to midfield, and now the Locomotives will have it ahead. And it's going to bounce out of bounds. Our officials today, Brad Harris, Doug Clapper, Darrell Lewis, and Lori Johnson. Lori Johnson, the sideline official on the near side, as we wait for the ball to be snagged. Dylan Johnson will throw it in for the Locomotives at the 40-yard line. And it's a good one ahead. Mosby gets a head on it. Lechner will clear it ahead, and it's at the feet of Hunter Mahan. Mahan has it taken away, and it will be Locomotive ball. Here's the throw in. Tunistra is there. It's going to roll out of bounds, and this will be a corner on the near side for the Locomotives. So the Locomotives will have the corner, and it looks like Ethan Message will have the corner kick. And he's going to set it up on the goal line side of the arc. Everybody set up in the back end. Lava ready to go. The ball is sent on the ground, and Lincoln will have it on the clear. He'll stop it from rolling and flicks it forward. And Rainier is there to get it back to the Locomotives. Nice spin move by Ethan Message as he centers it into the middle of the field. Lechner is there to put a foot on it. Lincoln will come in. Message with a slide tackle, and both Lincoln and Message are on the ground, and this will be Rams ball. Message didn't like the call. Lechner ran up on it, and now he'll give the kick. Flicked forward by Austin Ogilvy, controlled by Clayton Ogilvy, and now the Locomotives will have it. Now it's at the feet of Garrett Deal. Switches it to the near side. Lincoln controls it, flicks it behind himself, and the defender will come up, and we get a whistle. This is going to go against Jack Lincoln. Him and Judah Kellogg fighting for it. 20 yards deep into Locomotive territory. Free kick from the 35-yard line by Rainier, and that one will be upfield. Chasing it down, and a flick over the head of Kalava, and that'll be a goal. And it would be Bryce Atkins. 26th minute of the second. And that one was just a flick. He was about 3 yards on top of the box in the middle. Kalava came out a little bit too far, and that was just a nice little flick over the head of the keeper. So Locomotives lead 3-0 with 26 minutes left in the game. This one's dropped back. And Locomotives will control possession on the Rams side of the field. Streaming down the far sideline is Matthew Mosby for the Locomotives. He'll flick it in, and it'll be controlled by Tanner Carlson. Carlson will have it taken away. Locomotives try to set it at the top. Flicked out by Comey of the Rams. Comey will get it up to Tunistra. Tunistra streaking down the far sidelines. He'll stop. Flicks it forward, and too much for Clayton Ogilvy. It did come off the foot of a Locomotive. So Rams will have a throw-in on the far side of the field in front of their bench. Here's the throw-in. Spinning, trying to get control. That's Austin Ogilvy fighting for it, and it'll be flicked up into Locomotive territory. Controlled now by Bryce Atkins of the Locomotives. And Clayton Ogilvy will take it over. Ogilvy to Carlson. Carlson back to Ogilvy, and Ogilvy will drop it back to Comey. Comey on the far side, battling with Mosby, and Mosby will get a foot on it, but Comey is there. Comey turns, tries to flick and turn. Nice job by Hunter Mahan on the far side now. And Mosby will try to center it up, and the Ram defender is there. It's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. 24:54 left. In the game. Locomotives 3, Rams 0. The girls will be up at roughly 1 o'clock. That's what time it is scheduled. Burns now controlling. Flicked ahead by Tunistra, and a shot sent in. Out of bounds, goal kick. So the Locomotives with 3 corners, 3 shots on goal, and 1 point to account for all those shots here in the second half. Shots were 9-5 in the first half in favor of the Locomotives. Controlled, near side, at the feet of DeSmit. And DeSmit will have it be taken away by Lechner. Lechner feeds it up, but too much for Mahan. And it's taken away by Temporal. Temporal now at the top of the corner of the box and taken away by Lechner. Lechner will feed it upfield and controlled by the Locomotives. Dropping it back now at the feet of Dylan Johnson. Johnson comes to the near side. Flick back into Johnson. And he'll have Lechner fed in and taken away by a Ram defender. And they're going to go ahead and drop this one all the way back to the keeper, who stands at the top of the box for the Locomotives. McElvey will give it to the far side. Now he's going to put a boot on it to bring it to the near side to switch fields, and that one had a little backspin on it as it hopped backwards. Controlled now by Message. Message trying to cross over. Mahan with a foot on it, out of bounds, and it'll stay with Locomotives. 4 yards deep on the Locomotive side of the field. Got to chase it down as it rolled down the track here. And it looks like they're going to have Dylan Johnson with the throw-in. They'll bring it back to the 40-yard line, so it's about 10 yards deep. Here's the throw-in. Down the sideline, Tunistra flicks it to the middle. Burns gets a head on it to flick it forward. It's at the feet of Austin Ogilvie. He'll send it for Lincoln. Lincoln fights for it. Lincoln with a shot on goal, and it's just wide. Jack Lincoln, 3 yards inside of the box, and he'll flick one in just wide of the goal. That's the first shot of the second half for the Rams, and they'll take a moment to get a ball out. And now McElvain will have it set for the goal kick. Here's the kick. They'll come to the near side right in front of the corner flag, and they'll give it back to the keeper. He'll pick it up this time. Oh, they're going to redo the kick. The whistle had not blown. Okay. So now it's to the far sideline. Cleared up the far sideline by the Locomotives. Nice little triangle motion by the Locomotives up the field. And drop back. Lincoln's going to come up on it. Gets a foot, but the defenders are there. That's Judah Kellogg. Fed up. Now controlled. Locomotives will bring it to the near side. Shilgren will fight for it, but it's Tunistra who comes up with it. And he'll fight for it now. Mahan comes in. Tries to get Shilgren off the ball with the shoulder and does a good job. Ball stops. Stalls out. Now fighting for it at the feet of Garrett Deal. Deal fighting for it on the ground. No whistle. Now we do get a whistle. And they're going to go ahead and let him play on. Lechner with Shilgren. Shilgren trying to get around Lechner. Lechner with a good defensive stance. Spinning his Shilgren. Goes to the middle of the field. Flicks it ahead. There's one. And this one's going to roll to the far side and out of bounds. We will have a goal kick.
Do the music.
They'll do the goal kick for Kalava.
Can you do the music?
You have to ask those guys. So Kalava will give it off far side at the feet of Carlson. Carlson will come up the far sideline. In the hand, or at the feet of Clayton Ogilvie. Ogilvie has a defender there, and it's flicked out of bounds by the defender. Loyola with the throw in front of their bench on the far side. It's kicked out of bounds once again. 19:51 left in the game. Rams with control on the far side. Mahan now fighting for it. And it's flicked ahead. This one's going to cause McElvain, the keeper, to come out. He'll control it at his feet. Burns is going to come up to challenge and make him pick up the ball. Nice job by young Master Burns. That's Will Burns. And it's thrown up to midfield. Flicked ahead by Temporal. And Lincoln trying to get, Locomotives trying to get it there at the top of the box, flicked around. Lechner gets a foot on it, and it'll be cleared to the far side, but off the body of a Ram. We get a whistle. And are we going to have a goal kick? We're going to have a penalty kick. Penalty kick will be taken by Lane Shelgren. So I'm not sure what the cause was. Keeper back with Kalava. Now he backs off. So with 19:02 on the clock, and we didn't stop ours. There's the whistle, the shot, and Kalava will get on it. Nice job by the young keeper to get on the ball. And we'll just let the clock sit until it keeps up, till we catch up with what we have going on. It's Mahan down the near sideline. Mahan battling, and Mahan, it's Judah Kellogg going to the ground, and he kind of went to the ground on his own, but they're going to give it to the Locomotives. And they'll have it at the center of the field. It's pushed ahead, fighting for it. Shot. Kalava puts it, knocks it down. He'll jump on the ball. And Kalava will clear it out. Lincoln now on the push, and McIlvain will come up and pick it up. 18 minutes left in the game. Locomotives 3, Rams 0. This one's ahead at the feet of Shelgren. Shelgren gives it off to the far side. Now fed ahead. Flicked to the middle of the field. And it's controlled by the Rams. Rams get around the defender, trying to get up the far side, and it's the pocket is picked from the backside by Dylan Johnson. Johnson gives it up the far sideline, and Laurel will come up. This one, Kalava will boot past half field. Lincoln will put a head on it to get it ahead, and Tanner Carlson is there. Carlson can't get a good foot on it, and it's taken away. Mahan now on the defense as this one's kicked out of bounds by Temporal. So Mahan to throw in on the near side. And subs coming in for the Locomotives. Looks like Tunistra is going to come off for the Rams, and Mahan as well. So getting a little breather. And that will bring in Gabe Lowe on the defensive side. And as soon as the young man turns so I can see the number, I'll let you know who the sub is on the offensive side. Lincoln is battling for it in front of the box. And it'll be picked up by McIlvain, the keeper. And he'll throw it ahead. And it'll be kicked out of bounds by Tanner Carlson of the Rams. And it's up the far sideline now. Mosby. And it'll be out of bounds. Mosby will have the throw-in. A run-in on the throw-in at the box. The ball is in the far side of the box. Brought down. Trying to settle it. And Burns will kick it high into the near side. And this is Gabe Lowe running it down. It'll be controlled by Shelgren. Shelgren towering over Gabe Lowe, but he doesn't care. Height does not matter in soccer. And this one will be flicked ahead, controlling. Push now at the feet of Austin Ogilvie. He'll have it taken away, but he fights it back. Now it's flicked out from between his legs from behind. In control of it is Caden LaCase. And now Ogilvie will flick it ahead. That will cause McIlvain, the keeper for Locomotives, to come out and pick it up. And Burns will come up to challenge. Slides in, and the keeper will pick it up. Now it's thrown. He's got a 25-yard throw on the throw. Lechner trying to chase it down. At the feet of DeSmit. DeSmit has it flicked away, and now it's centered into the field. Far side. Tanner Carlson trying to chase it down. It goes out of bounds. And that will be a Ram ball on the far side at the corner of the box, or at the top of the box. We'll get substitutions now, as Gabe Lowe will run off the field. And it looks like Tunistra is ready to come back in. There's the whistle. And the throw in. Centered. Flicked ahead. Taken away by the Locomotives. Top of the box. Here's Shelgren on the shot. Kalava goes down for it. That's the 5th shot of the second half for the Locomotives. This one's off the foot, high, comes down at midfield, and gets a Loyola bounce. It's going to come upfield and roll out of bounds at about the 25-yard line on the football field. 13:44 left in the game. Locomotives with a 3-0 lead. Loyola Rams, they are a Class B school. They were the first Class B school to have a soccer program, as we get a whistle on the throw-in. And Burns is going to go ahead and take the throw-in. But they play with all the Class A schools. Big Fork now has a soccer program. I believe this is the second year that Big Fork has had their soccer program. As it's at midfield, Mosby pushing upfield. And he'll push it ahead, out of bounds, in front of the Loyola bench on the far side, and the Rams will have a throw-in with 13 minutes left. Throw-in. Burns keeps it in bounds, and this one's back upfield. Locomotives trying to control. Ram defender goes to the ground, but no whistle. Temporal tries to feed it to the middle of the field, and Kalava will go to the knee to gather it. Here's the throw. He's going to give a good 15-yard throw upfield, and it's going to get past the Ram player. That's Burns on the far sideline. And now the Locomotives will have a substitution. Throw in for the Locomotives from midfield, controlled by the Locomotives, flicked ahead on the far side. Mahan will boot it out. It'll go back out of bounds at half field, right in front of the scorer's table on the far side. 11:59 left in the game. Controlled by the Rams. It's Mahan to push it forward, controlled by the Locomotives defense. And this one's going to be ahead. Mahan will control it on the far side. He'll bring it up the far sideline. Flicks it out. Carlson tries to center it back up. Mahan will come up. High kick to midfield. Controlled. Burns. Burns gives it back, and too much for Austin Ogilvie. Mahan will come up and defend. It's flicked forward. Shelgren on the near side. He's going to go ahead and take a shot, and it's way over the goal. And Kalava will kick off the corner of the keeper box. Here's the kick. And Burns will control. Turns. Comes near side at the feet of Clayton Ogilvie. Ogilvie up the near sideline. Crosses midfield. Centers it. Defender is there. Lincoln can't get to it. But Austin Ogilvie with a nice little flick to himself. Gets it upfield, and the defender is there. Now fighting for it down the far sideline is Seth Lowe. Out of bounds, and it is Locomotive ball at the corner of the box on the far side. Here's the throw-in. Controlled. Taken away now by the Rams. Trying to center. Now it's up the far sideline. Turning. It's Austin Ogilvie. He's going to take a shot on goal. It's off the chest, but controlled by McIlvain. He'll switch fields, and it's brought up the far near sideline. Tunistra now streaking up the field. Keeping it in bounds is Shelgren. Shelgren with Tunisia in front of him. He'll cross over the ball, centers it at the top of the box, and taking a shot but out of strike. And it's going to go out of bounds off of a Locomotive striker. And we'll have substitutions once again by the Locomotives. Even though these Rams are the only, or at the Class B level, they are very competitive at the Class A level. You know, I've talked to some of the players. Here's Kalava to get the goal kick upfield, and running up on it is Temporal, but Clayton Ogilvie to control. Ogilvie with a foot on it, goes to the ground, no whistle, play on. Ogilvie to control, flicked ahead to Lincoln. There's one defender there. Lincoln racing down the field with Rainier. Rainier will clear it to the near side. It'll roll out of bounds. Rams ball. 8:40 left. But talking to some of these soccer players, also swimming is another one that they don't have a class level, and cross country. You know, it's just crazy to hear as McIlvain will pick it up on the end line, and he'll run from the near side to the far side as he throws it upfield. Controlled by Garrett Deal, and Mahan now with it, and this will be kicked out of bounds by Temporal. But you know, talking to the Class A soccer players, Frenchtown specifically, because I know some of the Frenchtown players, Stevensville and Hamilton, you know, they don't see the class level. They see Loyola as a competitive team that you have to watch out for. It doesn't matter that they're at the Class B level and they have limited numbers. They have some fierce players. And Temporal trying to control it on the far side for the Locomotives. He's going to go ahead and give it a little flick upfield. And Noah Berg in, taken away, centered to Burns. Burns goes up the far side now. He'll stop. Now flicks it ahead. Locomotives get a foot on it. And ahead by DeSmit. DeSmit brings it down to control. Now ahead. Galavo will come up and kick it 6 yards outside the box. And we'll get a handball on Temporal. Inadvertent. Just the way the ball bounced. Came up and got him in the hand. And we'll have a substitution for the Rams now. And for the Locomotives. There's one for each side. And it looks like Tanner Carlson is going to come off for the Rams. Or is he going to do the throw-in? He was jumping around on the side over there. Nope, they're going to hold the subs now. So Lechner will have the free kick. And he'll cross half field on the free kick. Lincoln will chase it down with two defenders on his back. Seth Lowe is there. He'll turn, tries to center it off the Locomotive defender. And it'll be a throw-in on the far side in front of the Locomotive bench. 6:13 left. 6:10 now. Locomotives 3, Loyola 0. The girls scheduled to play at 1. Burns to flick this to himself on the Locomotive side of the field, and the Locomotives will control now. Tanner Carlson up to Burns. Burns has it taken away. It's in the air, trying to get control on the ground. And up the far side, Temporal will drop it back to the keeper. And Ogilvie will come up to pressure the keeper. At the feet of DeSmit. DeSmit in the middle of the field, goes to the far side, and that is Mahan over there. And Mahan has it taken away. Mosby now for the Locomotives. Flicks it ahead. All by himself, running up the far side, is Dylan Johnson. Johnson's going to turn towards the goal. Calavo there on the pole. Centered and can't get a foot on it, and it's cleared out. Good defense by the Rams, and Tunisia will send it up. Here comes Johnson for the Locomotives. He'll take it away and drops it back to Temporal. Temporal now feeds it in. working the near corner. Lechner gets a foot on it. It's going to roll into the box. Burns is there. Burns will take it away, and he's going to bring it up the near sidelines. Rams need to clear the field. Up forward, Austin Ogilvie there. Flicked into the box, and Kalava says, I want it. Here's the throw. Switching fields is Kalava. At the feet now of Comey. Comey up the far sidelines. He'll turn, has it taken away. Lincoln now to control. Lincoln centered. And it's Mahan. Mahan has it taken away and up the far sideline all by himself. Now coming to the top of the box. He's got a foot. Gives it to the center of the field. Good defense by Mahan. Back there, and Mosby is going to try to take a shot, but it's taken away. Now to the top of the box. Shot taken. No, it's a pass, and now the shot across the front of the goal, and we'll have a goal kick for the Locomotives. Or for the Rams, I apologize. 3:48 left. And now they will bring in the subs for the Locomotives. 2 coming off. It looks like DeSmith, that's the only one that I can see coming off, and it could be Bryce Atkins as well. Here's the kick by Kalava. 3:28 left. He's going to come to the near side to Tunistra. Tunistra with a defender, comes up the near sideline, and Shelgren gets a foot on it before it can come to Clayton Ogilvie. Tunistra into Burns. Burns goes to the center of the field. Defended from behind. Now the defender backs off as Burns crosses half field, and we'll have offsides on Clayton Ogilvie. Just a hair offsides. Those offsides call, they come down to the side judge. And it looks like Dylan Johnson is going to take the free kick off the offsides. Here's the kick. And brought down, and we've got a flag on the far side in the air by the side judge. Temporal to control. He's got some great footwork. Here's Clayton Ogilvie with the takeaway. Ogilvie, and we get a good shoulder on the defender to send Clayton Ogilvie to the ground. And the flag is back up, so they're going to actually send it back to the Rams side of the field where the flag originally came up. Lechner getting ready for the kick, and the official says, no, you need to back it up, and now he'll back up 10 yards. And we're in the 2-minute time, folks, where the clock stops and the play rolls. So Lechner with a good kick upfield. It'll bounce. McIlvain will come down with it in the box. Locomotives with a tight defense. They have been all over Lincoln and Austin Ogilvie, who have been just fighting up there. Lincoln now comes to Ogilvie on the near side. Ogilvie setting up. He'll take the shot on goal, and that's going to come off the crossbar. Back in, off the crossbar again. 2 quick shots by the Rams, and we get a whistle in the box. So the Rams getting a couple of quick shots at the end there. The girls gathering up. They'll have their game up next. And the Locomotives will just bring this to the top of the box. There's the whistle. Nope. They're going to have him re-kick. They say that the ball did not clear the box. So McIlvain will re-kick the goal kick. Just trying to give it a little edge out there. This time he'll go to midfield on the big boot. Comey is there to bring it down. And Deal will control for the Rams. Gives it up to Burns. Burns has a defender get a foot on it. It's up ahead. Carlson, now Burns controlling on the far side. He'll center it up on the field. Ogilvie can't get there, and it's taken away. Comey fights for it. Carlson will go down. And that's the whistle, folks. The game is over.
Hey, ladies and gents, let's give both
Loyola
a big hand.
and Locomotives Loyola falls 3-0 to the Locomotives. We'll have the girls' game up right after this one in about 20 minutes or so. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll have that one for you just shortly. You've been listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.